Good morning, all of you. Today we are going to study about this composition of matter. Okay, so as all you know that composition of matter. Actually, we know that what are the some before starting this chapter we know we will have some questions. What are the various states of matter? Okay, so there are four states of matter, and that is solid, liquid, gases and plasma. Okay, and generally we are dealing with the three of only plasma. We very rarely we are dealing with. Okay, then what is the difference in ice, water and steam? Okay, so actually ice is the form of solid, water is the form of liquid and the steam is the form of gases. And what are the smallest particles of matter called? Okay, so atom is the smallest particle of matter. Then what are the types of matter? See here, what is the difference between various states of matter? Okay, so these are the states of matter. And what are the types of matter they are asking? So the types of matter are element, compound and mixture. So we were discussing about what are the types of matter. Okay, so types of matter means element, compound and mixture. So these are the types of matter. Now we saw in the previous standards that all the objects that we see around us and also those which we cannot see are made up of some of same or the or actually of made up of same or the other matter. So we whatever we can see or which we cannot see are made up some or the other matter. Now these objects are given to us. Okay, we have to classify them following matter into three groups. Means we have to differentiate them into solid, liquid or gases. Okay, so here cold water is there, cold drink, then air, then sharbat, soil, then water, then wood and cement. Okay, so I will give you this for the question. Okay, then what are the states of matter that you used as criteria for the above classification? So that this question is also related to this question only. Okay, now one experiment is there, an activity is given to you. Okay, so you have to take some mustard seeds, okay, in a transparent plastic jar. Okay, so mustard means it is also called a rye it is called. Okay, so we have to take these seeds, then we have to take a transparent jar. Okay, transparent means we can see whatever things are there inside. Okay, so and what we have to do then, thread a long thread at the center of a big balloon by means of a needle and tie it tightly. Okay, so here we can see the thread is there. Okay, then this is the balloon. Okay, then stretch this rubber diaphragm. Okay, so it acts as a diaphragm, and fix it on the mouth of the jar by means of a rubber band. Okay, so we have to do this activity in this manner. Then pull the diaphragm up and down with the help of the thread. Okay, so in this manner we will pull this. Okay, the diaphragm, it acts as a diaphragm. Okay, it expands. So first what we have to do, we have to pull it with first slowly. Okay, then with moderated force. Moderate means medium force, and then vigorously. So then we have to, what we have to do, we have to record your observation in the following table. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to record this. So you understood, no? Actually we have to pull this diaphragm very slowly in the first starting, then in the medium manner, then in the very vigorously, very fast. Okay, and what is there, this one is nothing but the mustard seeds are this. Okay, and this is totally packed. So in the we will now we will write the observation. So we observe that mode of pulling the diaphragm up and down in the slow, when we are pulling this diaphragm slowly. So what will be the movement of this mustard seeds? It will vibration in the same place. They will vibrate in that condition only, in the same place. Okay, they will not move here and there. Okay, they will vibrate in the as it is. Then in the moderate force or in medium force, what will happen, the vibration will increase. So slightly the vibration, whatever previous they were vibrating, it will increase. Then after, in the third stage, vigorously, when we are pulling these diaphragms up and down fast in the fast manner with the help of thread, what will happen? They will move. The mustard seed will move up and strike the jar. So what will they? The mustard seeds will be moved. They will go and they will go and strike this. Okay, the ends of this container of the plastic jar. Okay, so on the above experiment we give energy less or more. So actually what we were giving the energy to the this diaphragm, or in the indirectly to the mustard seed only. So that's why they were showing the motion. So to the mustard seeds by pulling the diaphragm up and down, making them move differently. Okay, so we got the three conditions. One was the slow movement, then in the second medium movement, and the third movement. So the particles in the solid, liquid and gaseous states of matter have movement somewhat similar to that. So actually we are comparing, or the activity is for to understand the position of the particles of the matter in solid, liquid and gases. Now an intermolecular force of attraction acts between the particles or atom or molecules of matter. Okay, so an intermolecular force of attraction is there. What is the meaning of this intermolecular force of attraction? Means for example, two atoms are there. Okay, two atoms are there side by side. So the force is there, one that is called as intermolecular, or the molecules are there one after another. So there is some force of attraction is there, which is pulled towards each other. Okay, so the extent of the particle movement is determined by the strength of this force. So the extent of particle of movement is determined by the strength of this force. So in generally in the solid, you see totally the atoms are very pulled, or they are very bonded by intermolecular forces. Okay, so hence they don't move. Okay, you got my point? The atoms are very closely connected, or they are in the intermolecular force of attraction. The force of attraction is very big here, or we can say very large. So that's why their atoms doesn't move. Okay, they are stick to at one place. In the second case, the intermolecular force is somewhat less in the liquid, and hence they can, or you see the space is there. Okay, somewhat space is there in the liquid, and hence the atoms moves from one place to another. And in the third one, you see in the gas form, the intermolecular force of attraction is very less as compared to liquid. Okay, so you see the molecule or atom are very the space is there lot of, and they can move freely is in this container. Okay, so what I discussed just now, it is given here only. So the particles of solids are very close to each other, and they vibrate at their fixed position. So in this they vibrate there only. Due to this, solids get properties like definite shape and volume, and also high density and non-compressibility. Then the strength of intermolecular force is moderate in the liquid case, state. Okay, so in the liquid case, the strength of intermolecular force is moderate or medium, though it is not strong enough to fix the particles in definite position. So in the liquid, no, the intermolecular force is somewhat less, so hence the particles can move. It is not strong enough to hold them together. As a result, liquids have definite volume only. Okay, then however they have fluidity, and their shape is not definite but changes in accordance with the container. So in the liquid case, they have having definite volume. Okay, but they don't have definite shape. They take the shape of the container, or the whatever the we are keeping the liquid. So how they have fluidity, and their shape is not definite but changes in accordance with the container. The intermolecular force is very weak in gases. So the intermolecular force in the gas case is very weak, and so the particles move very freely. Therefore, the constituent particles of gases move freely and occupy all the available space. Therefore, the constituent particles of gases, constituent particle means For example, I am telling that this is an oxygen gas, this is the nitrogen gas. So here in the case of oxygen gas, constant particle oxygen we can say, or if I am telling you that the nitrogen gas is there, so the constituent particle will be nitrogen particles. Okay, so are having the occupy all this available space. Consequently, gases have neither definite shape nor definite volume. Okay, so the gases doesn't have definite shape nor definite volume. So figure 6.2 shows systematic representation of submicroscopic picture of the physical states of matter, and the table 6.3 shows the characteristics of the states of matter. So you see here in the 6.3 that characteristic states of matter. Okay, so we are having this physical state of matter, that is solid, liquid and gas. Then fluidity is they can flow. Rigids mean unable to bend. Okay, it is very tough, rigid. Plasticity means plastic, it is having some whatever softness. And the elasticity means it is like a rubber only. Okay, then volume, then shapes, then compressibility, then intermolecular force, then distance between particles. So now you will see, now first one, characteristic solid, that is it is rigid, very hard. Then plastic, it is also. Then elastic. Okay, so in the three cases are there in the case of solid. Then definite volume, it is having definite volume, then it is having definite shape, then compressibility is negligible, then intermolecular force is strong, and the distance between particle is very minimum. Okay, distance is very less. Then liquid is fluid. Okay, it can flow. Then definite volume it is having, but doesn't have definite shape, indefinite. Okay, then compressibility is very small. Then moderate, intermolecular force is medium. Then distance between particles is also medium or moderate. Then gases, it is a fluid, can flow. Then indefinite, volume is cannot be definite. Shapes also indefinite. Then compressibility is very high. Then intermolecular force is very weak, and distance between particle is very large. Okay, so today we will stop here. Okay, next time we will discuss about this, okay, in the further. Thank you.